Yesterday, David Maraga held a State of the Nation meeting at Ufangamano House, as you can see in this image. And in this video, I want us to look into what went down during the same meeting. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, David Maraga gave Ruto a challenge that I know for sure he can never ever do. Just listen into this.
I have never been associated with any corruption scandal. I am ready. Thank you. I am ready to declare on oath. I am ready to declare on oath my assets and give a full account of how I acquired each piece. That I can tell you. I challenge every presidential aspirant, starting with Ruto, to do the same and account for everything they own and their properties. President Ruto has told us he was a chicken seller. Let him come and show us how he sold that chicken and got what he has got. That some of us are so daft we can't get that.
I mean, it's out there. Everybody knows Ruto is a corrupt oligarch, and that is how he became rich. This selling of chicken started when he was in the Ministry of Agriculture. That in and of itself is called conflict of interest. Again, the same guy years down the road when he becomes president, he has a stake in the high-speed cameras, he has a stake in SHA, he has a stake in housing, and now JKIA is also under his belt through his proxy Chivayo. So in my opinion, that's the way to go. Let every presidential candidate explain to Kenyans how they got their wealth. Tell us you did this job, you made this money, you got in real estate, you did this and that deal, then you made more money, you went and bought shares in Safaricom, and then that led to this and that and that and that. It's easy to explain your wealth if it's not ill-gotten. Lakini ati siku moja umeamuka na we ni billionaire from the get-go. How? How do you just get a billion when you own an industry which nobody knows about? Manu Shandaria can be a billionaire. Yule Muindi wa Devki can be a billionaire. We know the industries. We know what they are selling. So that is a good idea coming from Maraga. Let everybody explain their wealth. Number two, at the same meeting in Ufangamano, Amisi went on to confirm that he is indeed a mole. Because if you're not a mole, why else are you saying such things?
This is our call for a generation. All these tribal groupings must come and support killing people like Maraga. And if Sifuna is not going to be a presidential candidate, the only person I will allow Sifuna to deputize is Maraga. Nobody else.
So according to this Caleb guy, Sifuna cannot deputize Rigathi, he cannot deputize Kalonzo or Matiang'i. Only Maraga is eligible. Mi naona huyu jamani mwenda wazimu, and I'm glad Sifuna does not share his silly, selfish thoughts. What we want in the united opposition is selflessness. Kama imesemekana si wewe ni mtu mwingine atasimama, tumuunge mkono. But when you have juvenile leaders like this one, the moment Sifuna is not the presidential candidate and is not deputizing Maraga as he wishes would have been the case, he will immediately exit that coalition, form a third way alliance, or go and join Kasongo. Be wary of people like Amisi. Self-righteousness, yeah, it is my way or the highway. Pereka huko Kitale kule umetoka. Number three, David Maraga exposed the high levels of fraud and theft in this current regime, as I'm going to highlight for you shortly. But my only concern was that he did not suggest any judicial remedy for these goons who are looting our country dry, i.e. Ebola 1, aka Up Burukanga. Anywho, here's what Maraga had to say, and I quote, Kenya loses an estimated 3 billion shillings daily to corruption. Driven by reckless borrowing, public debt has surged to nearly 13 trillion shillings, crippling private enterprises and consuming 48% of the financial year 2026-27 budget for repayments. By securitizing future tax revenues, the regime is unconstitutionally mortgaging the future of Kenyan youth. We must halt this economic exploitation and restore public accountability. Basically what he means when he says securitizing future tax revenues ni kama hii upuzi inaendelea na housing. Ruto wants to take the Republic's commitment to paying 2.5% to housing as collateral for him to go borrow funds out there. So if they go and borrow, for instance, 400 billion and the repayment period is 20 years and the source of repayment is housing, that means you will have to pay housing for 20 years, even if within 6 years we'll have solved the housing problem. Because now it's no longer about housing, it's about the debt that we've taken on. So I do agree with David Maraga. My only hope is that as a former Chief Justice, me sana nataka kusikia what is going to happen to the thieves in this country. Will we jail them? Will we go for other means, which I do not want to mention, sababu YouTube are very good at pulling down videos? That is what I would like to hear more from Maraga. But be that as it may, I give Maraga a solid 8 out of 10. And this time round, ni kama wakisi mumeamua kutu spoil na options. We are having Maraga, a very excellent option. We are having Matiang'i, another good option. I mean, this has never happened before. One community producing 2 leaders that the nation doesn't mind either or taking up the seat of the captain. We need to study what's happening in Kisii. But having said that, guys, that's just my opinion. Let's head on over to X to see Kenyans' response to David Maraga's challenge that all presidential candidates should explain their source of wealth. And I quote, Mwangim Kenya said, Maraga for president 2027, a man of integrity with zero corruption scandals. Time for real transparency. Let Ruto and others declare their wealth publicly like Maraga is ready to do. Kenya needs honest leadership. Dennis Njuguna said, separating the chaff from the wheat. Judge a man by the content of his character, not ill-gotten gains. Sa said, this is only a challenge to a man who upholds his integrity. This year alone gives Lil Uno 200 years in committee. If we take it back to 97, then it's straight to the guillotine. The Seven Seals said, it's all in vain. Kenyans would choose a thief anytime over someone with a clean sheet. Kenyans suffer because they believe that no one can do the job better than a thief. Daktari wa Wanyama said, I see what you did here with your name. He's commenting my vow to vote and campaign for him. Declaring his assets on oath would open every Kenyan's eyes to the fact that integrity still exists and it's possible for us to go back to doing things the right way. But what say you guys? Do drop me your comments in the section below and I'll do best to read them and to give you a response. So with that, here today's ads of the day. If you're still managing rentals using notebooks and caretakers, see how Joel Karango Miner switched to a system that runs his 76 units automatically. Every month, caretakers traveled to his office with handwritten records. Balancing the math took hours. Payments never merged and tenants never got receipts. Then Joel switched to Bomahat, Kenya's award-winning property management software. Now payments update automatically, receipts go out via SMS, and every report is just one click away. He now runs all 76 units from his phone. No chaos, no confusion. Join hundreds of landlords doing the same. For more information, please call 0717 512 483 or visit www.bomahat.com. Interior design is one of those things you can't afford to get wrong. So if you're looking for experts to do your gypsum, wainscoting, paintwork, tiles, washrooms, and kitchen, reach out to Dhaka Living on 0706 026 218. That's 0706 026 218. If you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. All right, guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.